Hi, it's James for Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to learn how to play Yahtzee Junior, and this is going to be the Star Wars themed one for Young Jedi Adventures. And Yahtzee Junior is a 2 to 4 player game where players are going to be trying to collect sets to get the most points by the end of the game. Let's go ahead down the table here. I'm going to show you how to play Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures Yahtzee Junior. All right, so this is Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. This is going to be the Yahtzee Junior edition of it. And to set up the game, all you're going to do is you're going to put out these dice. You'll have to put the stickers on ahead of time. And you're going to put out these tokens for each player. Each player is going to get a little stack of 5 tokens for the game itself. And you're going to put out this little tumbler here for putting the dice into to roll each turn. So how are you going to win this game? You're going to score the most points by rolling the dice and matching as many of the same characters as you can. On each turn, you can roll up to 3 times, so you can do up to 3 rolls. The more characters you match, the more you score. The youngest player is going to go first, and then play moves to the left. The number of players determines how many turns each player takes in a game. In a 2-player game, each player has 5 turns. In a 3-player game, each player has 4 turns. And in a 4-player game, each player has 3 turns. So basically, in a 2-player game, you're going to have 5 rounds. 3-player game, you're going to have 4 rounds. And a 2-player game, you're going to have 3 rounds of this game. You're going to roll the dice and then set aside the dice that you would like to keep. You're going to have to pay specific attention to 2 different characters right here. So the first character you need to pay attention to, which has a special role, is, where'd he go? Right here. RJ-83, which is going to be, if you've watched the Young Jedi show, one of the little robots that shows up in it. This one's a wild card. It counts as any character, so that's going to be cool. And then you have Tubar, which is the... where's he at? Man, where'd he go? Why can I not find this Tubar? Oh, you know what? I think he's only on 1 die. That's right. So he is a bad roll. You remove the dice, and you can't remove that die. And here you go. You remove that die, and you can't count it on your roll. All right. So a couple more rolls. So that's the special characters that you could roll on here. You can choose to end your turn at any time. You can re-roll any dice you'd like. You could choose end your turn and mark your score on the board, and you can do that up to a 3rd time. So here's an example. I roll the dice. I have these characters here. I'm going to go ahead and stick. Ooh, these are even. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with these 2 characters, and I'll re-roll these 3 dice. So this is my second roll. My second roll, I rolled a wild, and this is my final roll. On my final roll, I rolled 1 more, so I have 4 of these characters. So let's say I was a purple player. I could now place this on the number 4 for this character. Now, I don't want to try rolling this character anymore. I want to try rolling the other characters and getting scores on those. All right, so there's some rules for the token. The first rule is once you've placed a token, it can't be moved. The other rule is only 1 token can be in any one space. If my opponent happens to roll 4 of that character, they will place it in the next empty space there to the left, so the lower scoring portion of that in the character row. So that's basically the rules for that part. All right, so basically you're going to be going over as many turns as you have for your play account. You're going to be placing your little tokens on this board here, trying to get as high up as you can. Those Yahtzees are the best, the 5s on there. So then what happens when you're done with the game? So when you're done with the game, you're going to add up the points that you got in each of these columns. And whoever has the highest will win the game. Now, if you're going to break a tie, each tied player rolls 5 dice. The player who rolls the most of the RJ 83s, the wild ones, will win the game. Now, couple notes here. There is a 0 scoring track on here. If you can't place your token on the scoreboard after your third row, you must place it on the 0 scoring column. Any token placed here scores 0 points. So you're going to try to avoid that in the game. So that's one special thing. The other thing in this game too is there's going to be a different way to play too. You could play the Lone Young Jedi. To play alone, you take 5 turns and roll the dice. Follow the same rules, and you're just trying to get the highest score, beat your previous high score. Then there's the advanced play. Try playing all 5 turns in a 4-player game. So that's all the rules there are to Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, the Yahtzee Junior Edition. Thank you for watching.